Lifting heavy changed my life physically and mentally. It gave me confidence, discipline, and also purpose. But after 5 years of chasing PRs, battling injuries, and redefining what progress really means, I have one question. Was it worth it? So today I wanted to share with you everything that I've learned from my past experience, the good, the bad, and some things that I wish I had known earlier prior to lifting heavy. Okay, now if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am actually just getting a nice blood flow to my groin because when I've been squatting, I've been having so much sharp pain. This should be able to activate my adductors a little bit and hopefully relieve some squat pain. Now, before we dive in, if you've ever experienced any pain or even question why you train, drop a comment and let me know what lifting has taught you so far. Year 1, the honeymoon phase. So I entered my first powerlifting competition in 2019. It was all new and all exciting. The gains were fast, the confidence boost was real, and every session felt like leveling up. I squatted 465, I benched 305 pounds, and I even deadlifted 605 pounds, I believe. I felt like I was on top of the world, and my ego got so inflated that, you know, after placing second in Vancouver, I really thought I was going to excel at this sport and be one of the best. So, if it's your first year lifting, don't even worry about focusing on the numbers. Instead, try to build good habits that are sustainable, and this way the excitement can actually be your fuel instead. I actually hate, this is my light squat day, but this is my pause squat, so I really, I'm already sweating so much. And just like that, we're moving up. Okay, 255 here for another warm-up set. Let's see how it goes. Whew. Actually, I think that was 275. Okay, so this is 330. I'm making a pretty big jump here, but I ain't even mad. This is gonna be my top set, 1 for 1 here at 330. This is 5 pounds more than I'm supposed to be doing.
You know, they banded, so they used to be addicted on the
Not bad. Year 2, the first real setback. So in year 2, I got lucky and I got ranked 5th in BC. But here's the truth. I actually finished last in my group. Now, these are still provincial, so that means I actually have to qualify to be there. But you know what? 5th place is 5th place. A win's a win. I'm gonna take it. And you know what? Being top 5 in my category was amazing. I felt like I was on top of the world again. But then came a huge challenge. I got injured. It was a brutal back injury that left me limping. I was unable to sneeze without pain. I couldn't train. I could barely live normally. And it made me ask, was it really worth it? So you guys know, injuries aren't if, injuries are when. It's so important that you learn how to lift smart and not lift heavy all the time. You know what I mean? Of course, recovery, mobility, and rehab are all part of the game. Year 3, rebuilding and relearning. So I started all over again with physio, and I had to use IMS, which was really them sticking needles in my butt. I know that sounds ridiculous, but sticking needles in your glutes, in your back is what really fixes the problem in your upper back and your lower back. So with this rehab, I started to rebuild my posterior chain and working on my weaknesses instead. And so this time I started to learn to lift and move with purpose instead of ego, which meant moving the muscle instead of moving the weight. And as I continue to learn how to get under the bar again, and I was so scared to get under just a regular bar because I was scared of getting injured again, I realized that I had to do it. I was learning how to overcome little things so that I can reach new heights. And so as I slowly learned how to get back under the bar and I slowly progressed again with, you know, 135, 225, 315, 405, blah, 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 I was able to hit new PRs again. But because of this time, which was during COVID, I believe, I started to lose a lot of my athleticism because I was just too overly focused and dialed in with powerlifting and lifting heavy only. And as that happened, I started to feel less like myself. I started to feel less healthy, and I ate a little bit more than I wanted to, and I needed to bulk up for my competition, and it just became all sorts of things that didn't really fit my lifestyle. In its entirety, it really felt like I was training to hit numbers and not for my health, which was a huge reason why I started to, I don't know, hate lifting heavy. So heavy lifting without balance can totally cause strength. It means nothing if you can't feel strong outside the gym. So it's really important that you train for life and not just for totals. All right, let's get to it. Please don't hit the mic. I need a haircut. Don't even judge me. Whew. Okay, so for the ones that are confused, these are actually called calibrated plates. So they're thinner, but they're actually way heavier sort of than regular metal plates. Because they're closer on the bar, that makes it so that the weight is more denser and not distributed as well. So you get less flex on the bar. Now, obviously when you do something like bench, it doesn't really matter, but on deadlifts or squats, you can start feeling more of a whip with traditional bars compared to these powerlifting bars, which are way stiffer. Anyways, if you don't know, I'm lifting about 225 right now. Actually, no, this is 230. We're doing 230 right now. It should go really well. I'm pretty excited. We're doing this for a set of 4. It's not the heaviest I've ever done, but honestly, like, I don't know, repping 225 is pretty nice. I think that's a lot more than the average person. I might get a lot of hate for that comment. I don't know. That felt heavier than I thought I would. So in year 4, I really struggled with mental burnout and I started to learn how to have mental grit. So in year 4, I was injured again and again, and it was my back, and my back again and again. It felt like I was a shell of myself. I was unmotivated and just constantly in pain. But this is where powerlifting really teaches you an important lesson. It's not just about strength, it's about grit. And no, it's not the kind that you post on Instagram. It's the kind where you show up and nobody is watching and nobody cares about how much you're lifting. It's about lifting weights with purpose. It's about doing your rehab work week after week, day after day. It's about having the ability to trust yourself to come back from this injury and able to achieve new heights again. So as you guys know, progress isn't linear. Sometimes the biggest PR is just showing up when you really don't want to be here or when you feel the weakest. And so at the end of the day, it's really just you versus you. And for block powerlifters, that's really the only and the real battle. Okay. So year 5, why I still lift? As you guys know, I'm still here. I'm still lifting. Even after all those injuries, nothing will stop me. I still love it so much, even though it's something that has hurt me over and over again. It's kind of one of those things where you're constantly chasing the next best thing. And again, it's not about numbers for me. I mean, numbers is a very easy way to quantify, you know, that you are getting better. But for me, it's just, I want to achieve the next best self. Like, for me, I want to be able to have a low body weight and hit those numbers again. And by constantly trying to aim for these goals, it's not just about getting that next PR, it's about finding out who I am with this process. And who I am is someone who can deal with injury, deal with obstacle, and still have determination, and still have grit, and still have motivation to continue to keep going. That's self-discipline, and that's recovery, and that's mindset. And it's not just about lifting weight, it's about lifting myself back up every single day. So yeah, lifting heavy isn't just about being strong. It's about building mental strength to keep going. No, it's okay, yeah. And after 5 years, the goal isn't really about beating others anymore. It's about becoming a better version of who you used to be.
What's your noggin?
I got that on camera too.
Oh, with the bar?
With the bar hitting my head.
Perfect.
So whether you're starting or in your peak or you're recovering from injury, there's always something powerful that powerlifting can really teach you. So don't just lift for numbers, lift for confidence, and most importantly, live for yourself. That is the most important thing. Ooh, that tastes amazing. Ooh. There's something about plastic water bottles, bro.
Now he knows how it feels to be a black guy in Africa when you get water.
That's crazy, bro. I knew he was gonna say something racial. I swear, I knew it as soon as you came across. I can see in your eyes, bro.